So I'm continuing on today with my little series on some of the tools that I use right now and really talking a lot more about why I use them. Today, I want to look at something that I don't use this a lot, but there's very particular reasons why I reach for it. And that's this Spectre plugin from, I think it's Wavesfactory. Is it Wavesfactory? Wavesfactory. Spectre. Why am I using this? Well, today I've got this piano here. Let's turn it off and listen to the piano. So to me, it's still just a little muddy, a little dark. You know, I've got some EQ cleaning some stuff up. Boosting some top end with the Pultec. This is a Bob Clearmountain kind of trick for you boys and girls on pianos. Boost with Pultec 5K. Still not enough. I like going to Spectre when I'm trying to kind of turn something up, trying to boost something in the frequency spectrum, but I want something that's a little different from EQ. So let me play a little bit of this and then I'm going to turn it on. So this isn't a huge move I'm doing with this. It's just giving it a little more brightness, which is going to help it in the mix for me. What this is basically doing is it's kind of doing excitement. I mean, that's the effect. It's an exciter. This isn't really the only plugin you can do this with. In fact, I think the inspiration, maybe not in fact, but I think the inspiration for this is an Aphex vintage oral exciter. So if I put this on, you can just listen to this. So that helps. This is a little more mid-rangey for me and not necessarily what I really want. With this plugin, I can't narrow things down as much, and I use this for a long time. But with Spectre, I can really kind of fine-tune exactly where that boost is. Now, there's another plugin from Waves, though, where you can kind of fine-tune it a little more, and that's Vitamin. And this is, again, kind of the same sort of thing we're doing. So it's a similar thing to what Spectre does. Another thing I've got, let's see, I haven't used this much, but I believe I can do this with Sugar from Process Audio. I should use this more. So it does a similar thing. I feel like this is bringing some noise out in it. So again, you know, what I'm using isn't necessarily as important as what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make this brighter and to kind of poke through in the mix a little more, but I don't want to use a traditional EQ to do it because the results I'm getting with a traditional EQ, they're not quite the same. Oh, there's one more I want to show you. This one's cool. So this is another one from Waves that I like using for this stuff. This explains the whole principle of how the excitement works. I'm kind of creating high frequency distortion. So I'm going to boost the tone ahead of time. So we'll do like, here, we'll go 7. I don't know if that's the right amount. I'll boost 7 on the input, and then I'm going to roll that same amount off. So if I bypass this right now, it probably shouldn't make that much of a difference. Makes more of a difference than I thought. That's still kind of subtle, so don't don't freak out if you're not like going, oh, wow, because it's not really an oh, wow thing. So it's kind of doing a similar thing. This is going to do saturation all across the whole frequency spectrum, which is part of why I didn't reach for this, because I don't necessarily want saturation on the whole thing. I mean, I guess it's probably not going to be a bad thing in the context of the whole thing, but this is generally what I reach for, though. Spectre. I like using Spectre for this. I can do it fast. Now, one thing I will say about this that I found is it's easy to overdo this. And when I first got this, I probably used it too much, especially on vocals. And I had some artists who were pushing back on me because they didn't like what it was doing on the top end of their vocals. So I don't use it on vocals that much, but I know other people who do, and they get really good results with it. And maybe I just should spend a little more time with it, because there's a lot you can do with this. There's a lot of different modes, and it's almost too much. I just pull it up and kind of boost, and it works. And that's something that's real important to me for when I'm reaching for something, is I like to do things quickly. I don't like sitting around and tinkering with things a lot. I have an idea in my head of what I'm trying to do, and I want to do it. This will do that thing for me, which is why I reach for Spectre. So, comments, questions, leave them below. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.